Holoza with Pastor Simba Holoza. Pastor Simba is the founder and programs coordinator of Strong Bonds Marriage Africa. He's also an author of a book titled The Marriage Handbook and a pastor at Praise City Church. Today we're talking about love, as we do with the love coach. Love is overrated. I know sure, love is overrated, but then I know Pastor Simba is taking us somewhere with this one here. I was good love. Good morning, Pastor Simba.
Good morning, Weekend. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah. Yeah, indeed, love is not everything, Weekend. It's overrated. That's according to me. Please, I'm your love coach. I know what I mean when I say love is overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah, because we just leave everything to fate, as it were, everything to love. That is good. Love will sort out everything. If we have challenges, as long as we love each other, and it is Jongo Pera Papa. But there's got to be something that we must do in order for us to remain married. Remember, last week we were talking about finances. We were talking about money, and we were saying money is one of those big reasons why people go separate ways, why people divorce. Money is one of those big things. But surprise, surprise, the biggest, according to me, is lack of commitment. If people are not committed, it doesn't matter how much they love each other. It doesn't matter say, that marriage will struggle. So it takes commitment for one to stay married.
Yeah.
It takes love to get into a relationship. Love at first sight. Do you believe in it? Yes, I do believe in it. It's there. But what will keep you in that relationship or in a marriage that comes after that is commitment. It's not that love.
It's
Whether
true.
it was at first sight or second sight, no.
Because every day you have to wake up and make a decision to say, I choose this person. And you have to choose them every day. That's commitment.
Exactly. Against your feeling. Because there are times, I'll tell you the truth, Weekend. Naguza still married. Because there are times when you don't love your spouse.
Exactly.
You don't like them. There are times like that.
You don't like them, right?
Let me use the word like instead of love.
Exactly. You don't like them. You're like, this person, but I don't like them.
But you make a decision, Good, you know what? Yes, Nasa, I don't feel like I like them, but I still have to work on this. We still have to, to push this thing. Because love, when you're still dating, and you're still in a relationship or even marriage, love, in my words, louder.
Louder.
I know louder. It speaks very loud. That's why people do crazy things when they're in love. Especially
the dating period. It's louder, guys. It's
loud.
Just,
it will be screaming, Look at us. We found love. Look at us. So it makes people do crazy things, like, for instance, do you know that weekend? I don't know, 5.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Madzoka. Ndikuperekedze futi woenda woti iwo ndakuperekedza futi ka 4. I mean, you have seen it. Bye
4 hours, guys.
Bye.
4 hours by phone. Okay, all right, bye. Now sleep, and then another hour, and then another hour.
That's all love.
Guys.
Even kubatrana my handbag, when you're in that space, you're good to love. Iripo. I'm telling you. I beg and beg. Zishoma. Deep and takura and no takura and beg. Kana tundu no matakura. Zishoma. I remember when I was dating my wife more than 25 years ago. Ndaikuira train weekend kwenda Bulawayo. Ni train. Zokuti anzi panotonhora pa train station ndidzimonyayo. Ndaikuira because love can make you do all those crazy things.
Exactly.
Love. Yeah. And I'm telling you, most people that are even divorced right now, they'll tell you they've actually done that before.
Wokuthi vana vazongomuke zvakunzi pamwe wakarorwa nemunhu aisakuda.
Aiwa ndiye
is the same person.
Ndiye wako ye.
Exactly. Because sometimes vanhu vanenge vachiti wakarorwa pamwe munhu wachaisa so that's why masvika apa. Payaitsva.
Of course, how do we reconcile kuti munhu aindida katanga asingadida? Let's look at what they used to do per dating. Aitokuda. But nyaya iripo ndeyekuti pakazoleka commitment because love alone cannot sustain you.
Right.
Love weekend can cause you to do crazy things. Like even unogona kutuka mbereko wako cheche. I'm squeeze love. Kana munhu anyura anogona kutuka mbereki kuti ini ndine upenyu hwangu inini. Siyana nimboita life yangu, iwe wakaita life yako. I've heard many things like that. Ndio zvinoita rudo izvozvo.
Now allow me.
Kana kutotiza pamba, that's
like kutotiza wenyu.
Kutotiza pamba chinogara ne boyfriend yako, kutiza pamba pawakarerwa. That's what love can actually do. Talking for hours on the phone. writing long letters.
Sweet.
Love. Inokumba kwedu nditi zipaperback rakadai so rematsamba ndainyorwa nadzimai wangu.
Oh, which now? That's good.
I'm going to auction them one day.
Pastor Glory.
Don't worry, you buy that pancha auction. Then I'll auction the letters. But munainyora ake. But it was my message anenge angwa hi. How are you? Uye nichikwa chevana kuchikoro mangwana. Come on guys.
Tabonga. No.
Yeah. So like I said, we can do good. Love gets you into marriage, but there's something that keeps you in marriage. There's something that keeps you married, and that thing is called commitment. If you just relegate everything to love, so you've got to come up with something, and that's what we're calling commitment, because marriage is not for the faint-hearted. You know, my Zambian friend, one Pastor Fred, he tries his shona and he says, marriage, baba, ibasa. Marriage, ibasa. That's Pastor
funny.
Fred for you. Because it's real work, you know, beyond the love, beyond the butterflies comes the work. So marriage is about rolling up your sleeves so that you get to work. That's where commitment comes into play.
So it doesn't just happen.
It does.
You have to work on it.
You've got to work on it. So commitment is very important. Let me give you a biblical example. You know, the popular scripture, I'm sure everyone knows about this, even if you're not a believer. You know, Genesis 3 verse 16. It says that, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. For God so loved. So it was love that started. Okay. And then giving then came in. And giving, that's the commitment. Yeah? So love starts, but if there's no giving, that love or that relationship will not be sustained. So after love, we must see giving. And what is this giving? Gatendepa altar. Because marriage is an altar, isn't it? And on an altar, there's a lot of sacrifices that must happen. And we are talking of these small daily sacrifices that must happen. Kwete kumira sacrifice nitoka muchitepa gore. Kuti nchatenga birthday present,
all
then
the small ones.
That way I've shown them, I've shown that I'm committed to my love, to my marriage. No, you've got to be committed daily. Put something on the marriage altar every day.
Marriage every day.
It's something. Plant a kiss, plant a hug, plant good words, and but those small words, good words, they actually build up into something.
Message isire kuti mozonza chakati. Ye love message isire kuti kune indotenge ye love chayo.
Exactly. So that's the work that we're talking about, weekend. Every now and again, be there on the altar, give something, because marriage is all about giving, not about receiving. Because it's a covenant. In a covenant, we look at giving more than we are looking at what we are getting from our partner. So that's the game changer there. If you understand that, I won't search into marriage. Marriage is all about giving. And you give 100%, not to my 50% or rasarira. When you're coming back from work, even waganeta, make sure that you've got some energy that is reserved for your family or for your spouse. Because understand that marriage is all about giving and not just about receiving. So okapina marriage, you know, mentality receiving. You know, that's where you keep scores now and say, okay, my wife is not doing this for me, my husband is not doing this for me, because you've got the wrong understanding in marriage. Marriage is not just about receiving, it's more about getting more than you are receiving. So ask yourself, what am I putting into this marriage? That's commitment. You are showing commitment. That's how you show commitment. Commitment is shown by working, by putting some stuff in that relationship, by, you know, giving daily sacrifices on that altar. That's commitment. So let me just define it. Okay, good. Commitment. Commitment is the intention and decision to maintain a relationship over time. Kungo make a decision, because it's a decision that you have to make. It's unlike love. Love is an emotion. It comes. Love it's a powerful emotion. Love because it's a powerful emotion. It's like wind that is blowing. You don't tell it you just see yourself being blown away. That's what love does. But when we talk of commitment, we are talking of making a conscious decision, being intentional. Good, I'm going to remain married no matter what. Because there will come many reasons, you know, genuine reason. People have genuine reason to leave my marriages, to leave relationships. But commitment comes in and says, okay, yes, but I think we can work on this relationship. We just need to work. I'll give you another biblical example here, Joseph. Matthew chapter 1, verse 19. As Joseph wanted to divorce in fact, the Bible says to quietly divorce Mary.
Yes, yeah.
Kuti kangoita zvinhu
Kuti
you know what, Vikendi? A lot of married people want to do a Joseph, what I call
quietly.
Between you and me.
Yes.
People want to leave marriages.
Quietly, Pastor Simba.
Whether you are in the clergy, I'm talking of pastors, mechi, there are people that actually entertain that idea.
Continue
You know, at some point Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 28, he says that, you know, if someone gets married, they've done something right. It's good to get married. But he then says in verse 28, but those who marry will face many troubles in this life. Those that decide to get married, they will face not just one problem, but many problems. So expect challenges.
But then God then says, it's not good to be alone.
Yes. Exactly. But expect challenges and know, love alone will not beat those challenges. The fact that the challenges will be there and you still need to deal with them head on, and you need to be equipped with the necessary tools so that you can deal with that challenge that you're facing, so that you survive the storms. So that's where you need commitment, so that you can survive the storms that will come, because he did not promise us a storm-free life. Good, now that you're born again, you're going to have a storm-free life. No, storms will come, but it's commitment. Like in the case of Peter, he was committed to walk on water, you know, regardless of the storms. So it is important for you to be prepared to work if you want to get married. You know, people come to me and say, Pastor Saka, what's the correct age? What is the right age and all that? You know, you just need to question yourself. Am I ready to commit to the work that's before me? Because after the wedding comes the work. After the wedding comes the marriage. I've seen nice, beautiful weddings, but I always have a question. Are these people ready to work on themselves and also work on the marriage? Because marriage works on you as an individual. When you're looking at someone, marriage says, no, you are the one that must change. But if you're always fault-finding and thinking and hoping that the other person will change, you got it wrong, my brother. You got it wrong, my sister. Work on yourself. That's what commitment is all about. Making a commitment to change so that the marriage can also be a good marriage. Because a bad marriage is just a combination of two people that are bad. If we are to look at it like a bad marriage is the coming together of two bad people. So you need to own up. You start by owning up.
All right. A bad marriage is the coming together of two bad people.
Yeah, it's the sum total of two bad people. So you need to look at yourself, introspect. What is it that I must change? What is it that I must do? So commitment matters more, Vikendi, than love. Commitment. Love, like I said, it can get you that guy, it can get you that lady of your dreams, but it's commitment that will make you stay. Just like soccer. And they say your talent can get you nowhere, but it's character that will keep you at that club or wherever you'll be. It's character that makes you stay. So lack of commitment is indeed a top reason for divorce. If you ask me, it's not about many things, it's lack of commitment. Give up. I have so many options before me. So we also define commitment as that attitude. You know what? I have no other option. This is my only option, so it has to work. That's commitment. When you cut out all the other options. But if you get into a marriage and you want to just test drive marriage, Karangwesa Gumbo 1, and I'm telling you, marriage, there are many doors. You can actually come out easily. But when you are committed...
there are many doors.
Quickly. Yeah. So... I'm sure at some point we'll talk about what I call the commitment gap, kind of the disparity iripo that must reduce. Because there are some people that say there's a gender that is more committed than the other gender. But it's known that there's a particular gender that takes time to commit to a relationship ari kunonoka kuproposa, ari kunonoka kuti yes, ari kunonoka, it doesn't seem like ari kuda kana kuti chii, atanga asiri kuda kana kuti ari kuda, they're indicating left and they're turning right. So there's, there are those moments where commitment is an issue. So we'll talk about that, and I would want to look at that digital agenda. Each gender could say, okay, what are the challenges? Why is it that people don't commit this particular gender? Why is it that we take long to commit to a relationship? Even in marriage, then we talk about maturity. Gender is more mature than the other gender, because so we want to understand commitment. But I'm sure that's for another day, Vikendi. But I can mention a few things. Maybe it's past trauma that has not been dealt with. That's why someone is not, getting into that commitment because there's that fear. So there are other things that we look at. I think that's for another day. But as I wind up, I'll talk about the 3 types of commitment, Vikendi, because it's important that you understand and you mark yourself out of 10. You rate yourself out of 10. These are the 3. Okay. Number 1, there's what I call moral commitment. And there are some people that are in marriage simply because it's a duty that they are performing for their kids, and also because religion, culture, and my expectations, a community, I have to be married. So they're getting in there, they've got a moral commitment. It's not good for me to be away from my kids, so I would rather stay in this marriage. Concept here.
Yeah.
Am I saying it's bad? It's good, but that alone cannot sustain a marriage, and that alone cannot make a marriage enjoyable. Saka, understand, you are in there because of moral commitment, then you need to reach out to people like us for counseling or marriage coaches so that you can actually leave that space here, because it's not a good space. You're just there because of moral commitment, because people look up to you, the community looks up to you, and the community frowns at divorcees, things like that. So that's moral commitment. Then there are things that we do for the church. Importance of mindfulness paside so right on baba ndizvo here kuti mimi are the sugar in his coffee.
Exactly. It's an act.
Or the nana in his banana. Vunza also want to know acting. Why? Because we've got this societal expectation that we need to sort of fulfill, because when people look at us, they say vafundis are a perfect marriage. That's why most vafundis, they are suffering in silence. Ish. And we need to reach out to them. Because
that's
it's
so
not
true.
good.
Guys, it's a lot. Imagine ungoshida uchenda uchinotaura nyaya yako. Obotonzwa kuti aizvi. Yeah.
But this is what I'm going through. The second one, Vikendi, as I conclude, is structural commitment. Structural commitment kureva kuti paane vana, paane zvimwe zvatakaita tese, finances, property, family ties, saka kuti chizosiyana zvichaita. Inini murume mukuru ndozonzi ndakutangisa kuti 1 grade 0 kuti kunotsvaga vasikana hazvichabude. So I remain committed because of structural commitment. Then the last one, this is where I want us to get to, guys. Personal commitment. Where you also dunga munu, you convince yourself, you are intentional, and you say, you know what, I want to stay. Not because of obligation, I'm obligated, but devotion. I am devoted to this relationship, and I'm going to do that. Because love fuels, but commitment does. And so I want you to be committed. When the butterflies die, when the fights come, when your partner gets sick, broke, or boring, only one thing will hold your marriage. It is called commitment. So Vikendi, I would love for people to reach out to me. My number is easy, 0773 000 000. You just say, hi, Pastor Simba, my name is Soren So, and I'm married or I'm single, so that I can put you in one of my broadcast lists. I've got events that happen every now and again, and I would love to talk to you. And also, if you want me to come to your church to come and speak about relationships, whether it's young people, singles, or marrieds, I'm here for you. And I've got big things coming up in September. I've got Marriage Week Zimbabwe that we are coordinating. More is coming up. So please, if you want to be part of this, reach out to me. We want to transform our nation in as far as relationships are concerned. If you're a pastor and you want to set up a church ministry, a couples ministry, I'm here to help. Pastor Simba, I'm out. Remember to love God, love relationships, and we'll see you next week. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor Simba. We're also live on Facebook. You can go watch and share with someone as well. Thank you so much for listening. We do this again next week, same time. Check your time with mine. 12 midday time for now. Indaba.
Toll-free number